Hey, what's up guys? I'm gonna review this wired smart doorbell pro by Wuuk. It has 24/7 recording, 3 megapixels. It has Wi-Fi, motion detection, local facial recognition, human detection, two-way audio talk, and you could share with your family, and there's also smart notifications. So I've unboxed it. You get some instructions, you get a sticker. Instructions are in many different languages. You get these pre-drilled holes that, well, it's a sticker that you place and then you drill the holes, so you don't need to basically measure it, which is kind of nice. We have the connections for the doorbell itself. We have some screws and anchors. We have this pin thing that you basically, once you put the Doorbell Pro in here, this is how you would remove it. Kind of like a SIM card remover, really. Now, there are two ways of installing it. One, you can install it angled, so depending on your door placement, I'm going to install the angled version. But you can also install it with the straight version as well. There's double-sided tape and there's 2 screw holes. This is the camera itself. It did come with this little sticker protector on there that I've removed. But we have the camera, we have the doorbell button, and we have microphone or audio here, or probably both. And we have the connections for the doorbell, and we have a micro SD and a USB-C in the back, and a little sync button as well. So we'll install that, and then this is the Chime that goes in. It is 100 to 240 volts if you guys are wondering, and this one also has the sync button, which I'm assuming they're going to sync together. So as a disclaimer, I am not a licensed electrician, and this video is for tutorial purposes only. Now, before I began, I turned off the power at the breaker that's associated with this doorbell. I made sure the doorbell was no longer working, and I also took my multimeter and checked at the transformer level. Now, if you guys are interested to find out how to change the transformer or things like that, I'll link another video down below where it goes specifically into that video. This one's just going to be a doorbell install. Now, I removed the old doorbell, and you'll notice there are 2 wires connected behind. The ordering of the wiring, pretty much which wire goes to which screw, doesn't matter. One is a front wire, the other one is a trans wire. And basically, unlike most things with power or power associated, wiring is extremely important how you wire it. With this one, it can be used interchangeably, so you don't have to keep the order in mind. Now, if you were installing it in the rear, one would be a rear and the other one would be a trans, but because I'm installing it in the front, it's a front. One wire is a front, the other one is a trans. Now, once I put the mounting bracket in place, screw it in place, good to go. Now I straighten out the wires, and I basically use the extension cords that come with this, the extension wiring I should call it, that come with this doorbell, just to make life a little bit easier. I also use specifically electrical tape to close this off. Now, that's an optional step, but I just like to do it just in case. And again, now you just wire one of the wires to one of the screws and the other wire to the other screw. It doesn't actually matter which order you use in this case of this specific doorbell, or really any doorbell. Well, let me not say any, but in this doorbell for sure, it doesn't matter. So I put this jumper cable between the front and the trans, and then we can pull this up. So this recording was directly taken from the doorbell, and the audio is also taken from the doorbell, so this is the quality you can expect. So now that the install is complete, I'm going to show you guys what the app looks like. So I have the doorbell, that's what we're going to concentrate on. In another video, I'll concentrate on the security cameras as well. So this is what the app looks like. So if you have more than one camera, just like you guys could see here, you can actually see everything on one screen. Again, we're going to concentrate on the doorbells. So if I click play right now, it's going to load this thing live. It's going to show me pretty much everything live. I can click record. I can take a snapshot. I can talk into it. I can reply to it. And replies are some defaults that says like, oh, you can leave it.
Hi there. You can just leave it. Thanks.
Or we'll be right there. And then there's tone. You could choose the tone. However, when I was playing with the tone, I noticed it was the same sound over and over again. So I was assuming that the tone, if I changed it to, let's just say, female, and I clicked reply, it would have changed it. If I changed it to male, it would have changed it. But it's like the pre-recording was the same throughout, basically. And then you can do, let me actually lower my volume because I can hear this thing. So then you could basically You could turn off volume, which it says volume, but really it means audio. Like you could turn off the audio or not. You could set the alarm, and you could change the quality from HD to SD. But this thing works fine with HD. Then you could click on playback, and then you can basically click on a video that you loaded earlier, and it loads it. It actually loads it fairly quickly. So if I try to load like another one, it was like super quick, by the way. It looks like someone was cleaning the grass there. Okay, so then if I click on settings, this is where the majority of everything is. So I did install a 256 gigabyte micro SD card in the back of the doorbell, as I showed you guys that there was a slot for it. So I popped it in there. And then if I click on this, it's going to ask me, hey, you want to format it or not? So that's really the only option. So once you put it in, you have to click, that, and then you have to click format. So the most notable feature about this doorbell is this facial recognition, and I'm going to play a video for you guys just to show you guys the demonstration. Alright, so I've added my face to the facial profile. It has AI built in. I think it's the only doorbell as of now that has this built in. And I did it without glasses, but just to show you guys, even with glasses, as long as I'm staring at it, it's going to say welcome, because that's what I set my preset to. I could put my own note in there as well, but I just like, I don't know, for some reason that one sounded cool. But as without glasses as well. Now I'll hide myself so you can't see me, and then I'll push it again. So it's just gonna make the standard ding dong if it doesn't have the person detected, or if obviously whoever's pressing it. But as long as I'm facing at it, it will say welcome, because that's my customized sound, which is pretty cool. But essentially, if you enable this and you go and memorize your, if you go in front of it and you click register face and then you put yourself, you can actually pick whatever ringtone you want. So if I go to face profiles, you'll see there's a few people. So it saw me a few times, and then it kind of also automatically, so if it detects people are walking by, it kind of automatically saves their face. So then you can go and say, oh yeah, it's this person. So what this does is you get a customized ringtone. That's really what facial recognition does. So anytime I ring the doorbell, it's gonna play that sound that I set. So you could basically say, oh, if it even sees me, I don't even have to hit the ring button. If it even sees me or I hit the ring button, it'll play that sound, that welcome sound that I like. And then if you click on manage sounds, you could basically go to change sounds, and then you can record it with your mic, convert text to sound, or you can download from Wuuk. And that's where I picked the monster saying welcome. So there's a lot of choices essentially. Okay, so then sentry mode is basically when it's turned on, it's going to play a sound if it detects a stranger or not. So I don't know if I want to enable that, but some people might. So and then recording mode, you could do event only, or you could do continuous recording. So you can say, oh, always record. But I don't want to do that, because then that's going to kind of fry my micro SD card, because micro SD cards are kind of limited in life. They do last for quite some time, but they don't have the lifespan of like solid state drives, which can outlast them so much more. So by putting it on events only, it lasts a lot longer. Plus, it's easier to locate stuff and everything. And then all the other basic stuff, you got the watermark. So then you have the Wi-Fi, and then the motion. You could change the detection zones. If you want a different detection zone, you could say, oh, I want you to detect this zone or that zone or whatever. So when it detects a human or if it detects motion, it basically saves those events. So that's essentially how it works. And then you could say record sound or not. Notifications, you could basically say notify me. Now, if you have ring notification on, it will actually call your phone if someone rings the doorbell, like almost like a phone. Well, basically it is a phone call in a way. As long as the app is installed on your phone, you pretty much get a call, and you could just pick up and talk to someone just like you're talking on the phone. Obviously, you don't need that enabled. You could just click play and then click talk to the person like that as well. And then you have the sleep mode, where it pretty much turns off all the functionality if you wanted to be there. Indicator light, you can have it on or off. I just left it on. And then paired devices and firmware update, and this is the latest firmware right now, which I did have to update. The illuminated ring button, that's the pretty much the notification bell, essentially the ring button on the bottom. And then night vision, you could say automatic on or off. I just left it on auto, and all the other basic stuff. So there's a lot of options here. And then to go to Chime, you click on the settings on the bottom, and so the way this doorbell works is it doesn't work with your existing Chime. It works with its Chime that it comes with. So you basically plug that into the wall, and then you click the sync button. It takes like a few seconds or whatever. I think you have to hold it for 3 or 5 seconds or something like that. And it basically just syncs to this thing, and then you could customize your tones. So there's different sounds you could play. So I just left it on the ding dong sound, which is the one that I preferred, but then they have like Christmas sounds, and then they have evil laughs, they have Hanukkah, they have Joy New Year. It's mostly like festive sounds and a few ding dongs. So I guess during Christmas, like if you want to put it during Hanukkah, if you want to put that. And then if I click on playback, if I go back, things generally load fairly quickly. And if I click on this, so this is kind of what you can expect as the quality. So I would say it's pretty normal quality. Everything's fairly clear. You can't exactly read the license plate. Now I am going to block it on the screen. You could read the license plate in infrared mode. I mean, I could see it right now, but I'm gonna block that. But if you're getting something like this and you know something bad happens and someone comes with the car and you're trying to get their plates, typically security cameras in general have trouble getting that. So just as a heads up. So this is a doorbell. This is, I mean, it's fairly good quality from what I've seen, and from what I could tell, it loads fairly quickly. The playback is very quick. For its job and for its price, I think it does a really good job. I was genuinely surprised on how quickly things loaded. Now, this does depend on your router, depends on your Wi-Fi connection, depends on your internet speed. So all of this makes a difference. But generally, I would say it does a really good job, especially in this case. You guys can see that the light goes on. Just very, very good. Really, the only cons to this thing is like if you're trying to see if someone left a package, it's kind of hard to do depending on the angle. But you can always get security cameras for that and just point it there. Or, you know, you have several other options for that. As a doorbell, I think this thing is pretty awesome. Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections below. And as always, smash that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.